Let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Oklahoma needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
King C. Gillette is the modern man's answer to their facial hair, and with a complete set of precision tools, the King C. Gillette line offers the perfect fit for your facial hairstyle. Want to try something great? Try the Style Master, the quintessential styling tool that every man needs to craft their style. It's a waterproof cordless trimmer with a long-lasting 4-directional blade. It's extremely versatile and designed to edge, trim, and stubble in 4 directions on any hair lift. Master your style with King C. Gillette.
Yo, and we are back here at the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark here on Cbs Sports Radio 105.3. And ladies and gentlemen, don't we have a show for you tonight? We are here with a massive crowd. There are thousands of people here at the Bricktown Ballpark on tonight. You are sponsored by Kai's Concepts, Perry Publishing, Impressions Printing, Dick's Sporting Goods, OKC Dodgers Foundation, and Big O's Barbecue. We have 2 incredible middle schools from OKCPS here on tonight. We are starting off with FD Moon girls basketball, and then we'll be joined by Mary Golda Ross boys and girls basketball. But listen, we have up first the historic FD Moon middle school girls basketball, and we have some special ladies here with us today, Mykadyn Griffins and Zaniyah Williams. Listen, I almost messed it up as much as I practiced. So listen, and they are coached by Shannon and Bryson. Hello, ladies. How are you doing tonight?
Hello.
Good.
Listen, is this your first time on radio tonight?
Yes.
Listen, we're going to make this a wonderful experience, and so you do get to laugh at me. I do mess up frequently, and it's okay. So, Coach, tell me something about this FD Moon middle school girls basketball team.
Well, the middle school team, we started out with a lot more girls, but as the season went on, we ended up with 7. But hard-working 7 girls.
Absolutely. So Coach, tell us how long you've been there, and then we're going to talk to Zaniyah and Mykadyn here in a second. How long have you been there, and how did you get to FD Moon?
I've been in FD Moon now for 4 years. I was originally from Rogers Middle School, and when they made FD Moon Middle School, then I went to Moon. This is my first year doing basketball there, but I was the coach at Rogers, and I did volleyball. But it's been fun.
Absolutely. So Mykadyn and Zaniyah, tell me, we'll start with Mykadyn first. How long have you been playing basketball, and what has your experience been like playing at FD Moon?
I've been playing for age of 6, and I've been playing for the boys team, but this is my first season playing with the girls basketball team.
Well, now you're going to have to explain this. How did you play with the boys team and not the girls team?
I guess they didn't have a girls team.
Oh, I got you. So tell us, Zaniyah, how did you get started in basketball, and how's your experience been at FD Moon?
What got me started was I really just wanted to try something different because I really wasn't into it. I just wanted to try it. And I've been playing, well, I used to play for the Wild like years ago. But for Moon, I played since last season.
Mm-hmm. So, Coach, tell me something about the characteristics of this team, right? I heard the Oklahoma City athletic director, Eddie Wright, saying that he walks in the game. You guys barely make the cut from playing in this championship game. So tell me what that experience has been like for you.
It's been amazing. We come a long ways.
Absolutely.
A very long ways. We have some awesome players. These are just 2, but we have a 6th grader that is really good. And so hopefully she'll come back next year to make us in the running again. Absolutely.
So Mykadyn and Zaniyah, tell me what is your go-to move? If you got to get to the bucket, if you got to go get some points, what is your go-to move? Starting with you. Layups. Okay, so how do you get there to that layup? Do you have a crossover? You pump faking? What does that look like? How are you making that drive to the goal?
Probably a crossover.
So you can pad it a little bit? All right, Zaniyah.
With me, it's also a layup, and honestly, it's a fast break. I just go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Just run up and down the court.
Yeah.
So Coach, obviously you played in this. You dwindled down to 7. What is the one thing that kind of characterizes those 7 athletes that you ended up with? Like, what is the thing that stands out to them about them to you the most?
They're just hard workers. I mean, just like I said, we had 7, so they know what we had to do. Stay out of foul trouble, just do the best that you can on and off the court. And they just, every time that I asked them to do something, they always done it.
Cool. So, Mykadyn and Zaniyah, tell me your best game and tell me why it was your best game.
With me, it'll probably be the classic game because that was our most actual competition.
Mm-hmm.
That was the game where we actually had to play.
Sure. So what made it so special for you?
Playing against my friends, honestly, because the other team was a lot of my friends, and it was just fun.
Jar Marshall in the tournament.
Would you put on them 15, 20 piece?
I don't know. I don't keep a count.
You don't keep count, but you had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, Coach, what has been that defining moment for you with this team this year? Like, what was that one thing that you really saw, that moment, that game, that they really began to come together?
They didn't quit. I mean, even though, like I said, we only had 2 games that was really competition. Mm-hmm. Everybody else was kind of, wasn't up there with us. And so I was keeping them in the moment, say, hey, all the games are not going to be like this. We're going to stay in the moment. We're going to do what we do. We're not going to run up the score because the next team that we come up against, it may not be as easy. So we're going to just stay in the moment, do what we do, and win the game.
Gotcha. So, Coach, I'll ask you this, and then I'll spread and ask these 2 young ladies. What does practice look like, right? So from the moment you had a lot of players to going down to 7 players, what did practice look like? And then, ladies, tell me what kind of coach Coach Bryson has been for you ladies.
Well, we still worked on everything the same time. Every time we have practice, we do the same thing. Also, she's not here, but my daughter, Shatoya, she was my assistant, and the girls really responded to her, and she worked a lot with them. So, we did different drills, and then she would get out there and play with them and give them competition, and show them, that it's not going to be easy, pushing them out of there and everything. So she did a lot to help the girls, and the girls responded to her a lot.
Sure. So, ladies, what kind of coach was Coach Bryson? Was she a little rough on you? Would you do a lot of running? Sometimes.
But that's honestly what we needed. We needed to be pushed.
Sure. Mykadyn.
She was the best coach I ever had. She pushed me through the hard times and how to go through stuff.
I got you. So, Coach, obviously those are high praises coming from your student athletes. What is your conversation with your student athletes about being students, right? Because we are not just athletes, right? Because we got eligibility, we got all these other kind of things. What is your conversation with these student athletes about their grades?
Well, they know. I mean, we get the eligibility list every Monday, and if you own it, when you come into my office, I'm going to say, hey, you own this list. What we're going to do, we're going to go to the teacher, we're going to talk to the teacher, and just let them know that your grades are first. Mm-hmm. I mean, basketball is second, so we're going to do what we need to do in the classroom, be respectful to get our work done, and then everything else will take care of itself.
Absolutely. So, talking about grades, ladies, obviously you were eligible the whole season. What are your aspirations now as you think about going on to high school, which I'm going to assume you're going to Douglas, right? Another historical place. But beyond that, do you see yourself attempting or desiring to play collegiate basketball?
Yes.
I really don't know at the moment, honestly.
Sure. So since you guys are playing basketball right now, maybe there's a WNBA girl, lady, that you guys watch? Is there a high school girl that you watch? Who inspires you and the way you play basketball right now?
I like Jada Williams.
Okay, gotcha.
Tia Cooper. I watch her a lot.
Gotcha. So, Coach, as a women's basketball coach, where did you kind of get your coaching strategy philosophy from? And then where do you gain inspiration in your coaching even right now?
Well, I love basketball. I mean, I have adult children, and all 4 of them play basketball. So that's all I know. I mean, I do AAU. We did AAU for years, and that's all I'm about. I love basketball. That's all I watch, day in, day out. Girls, boys, WNBA, NBA. I just love basketball.
So the young lady who coaches now for the South Carolina Gamecocks, what's her name? I should know. She's 31 on a 31-game winning streak right now. They just beat undefeated LSU the other day. She is an incredible Dawn Staley. That's who it is, right?
Yes.
So listen, she inspires me, and with the incredible things that she's doing with women's basketball right now. Which is tremendous. So, ladies, let me ask you this question because I believe that sports is a great place to learn. What is the one lesson transferable, right? The one lesson that you've learned on that basketball court that you can take into your life or take into your classroom? What is that one thing that you've learned? And we'll start with you first.
Okay, with me, it's probably to push myself because I tend to give up a lot, but then my coach, she make me realize that I got to keep pushing myself.
Mm-hmm. So pushing yourself, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I mess up with plays, and then I push myself.
Gotcha. So Coach, coaching these fragile minds and developmental minds, you know, what is your approach? Because you know that the things that they struggle with or when they stumble, much of how you deal with them is how they're going to take it to life. How do you handle those moments?
Well, I tell them at the beginning of the practice and when we started to come to me first. If you come to me first, I will try to make everything okay, but you got to come to me first. Don't come to me after it already happened, and then I try to help them work through whatever they got going on.
Gotcha. So, like when I played middle school basketball, I used to love to eat, well, everything, to be honest, but in particularly cookies and milk. I thought it kind of empowered me. It was my spinach for Popeye. Is there a thing that you eat or you do before you play a basketball game? What's your song list? Now, if you tell me a song, I can assure you, I'm not going to know who it is, but all of these other young people will know, and those who are watching. So what is that you do before every game, if anything at all?
As a team, we like to listen to music, but it's not a certain playlist that we listen to. We just listen to different music.
Got you. Give me one song from that. Now, who's this lady that just SZA? That's a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I just found out it was a woman. I thought it was a man this entire time. I am so slow and old, actually. So tell me what song? What one song?
I don't really have one.
No song. All right, tell me. What do you do? Eating Skittles? No, just
Probably every day from like in the morning, I listen to my playlist, like Raw Wave and stuff like that, Lil Baby.
Lil Baby, yeah. No, what Lil Baby sings, but no, that's cool. So, Coach, what is your pregame ritual, and what is that you guys talk about prior to the games?
I just they come and we get dressed, and I just tell them to stay in the moment. I mean, This is another game. Let's go out, have fun, and leave it on the floor.
Let me ask you this. With having some success at FD Moon in middle school basketball, females, ladies, how are you received amongst your peers? Like, they keeping up with the wins and the losses. They watching how you guys, get down on the court. What is your interaction with them? How does that make you feel when your classmates come up to you and say something, or they're paying attention to what you're doing out on the court? Hadn't had it yet? It happens sometimes. So, Coach, talk to us about because they represent not only themselves, but they represent your women's basketball team. What is your conversation with them about how they interact with their peers on campus?
I tell them, make sure you're doing the right thing. And I always tell them that we're on a higher standard than everyone else in the school because we are athletes and we need them to act like that.
Absolutely.
So everybody follows their lead, and their peers always want to know, did y'all win? Y'all did good. You know what I mean? So we do have a lot of support from our faculty and our students, and they love them.
Sure.
And we had a pretty good record. We had 11-3 record this year.
That's not bad at all.
So yeah, I'm real proud of them.
That's really cool. So it takes a lot in order to do what you do in this middle school basketball. So to Zaniyah and Mykadyn, who do you want to say thank you to? Who are those people that you say to yourself, man, I couldn't have got this done had they not helped me in these areas, whether that's a teacher, your parent, whoever that is. Who was that you would like to say?
My mom.
Shout out mama. Hi, Mom. Anyone else?
My coach.
Gotcha.
My-
Mykadyn?
My mama, my grandma, my coach, and my aunties.
Gotcha. So, Coach, tell me, obviously you run this program, but name off some of those people, those organizations within OKCPS that have really contributed. When you look at what FD Moon looks like now with baseball and I almost called it cricket, but what is that game they play out there?
Soccer?
That's soccer,
No.
but the other court, futsal. That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. Thank you, Coach. And the track that you guys have out there, who would you want to say? Because there's a bunch of organizations that have done an incredible job.
Yeah, Fields and Future made it look real good out at FD Moon. When I first came, it looks a lot better. And like I said, the kids at Douglas, they help us a lot. They come over and help. The church around the corner, they feeds us. So a lot of support from the community, a lot of support from the community.
Yeah, it's essentially impossible to kind of like exist out on an island without some of these people. So Coach, now tell me, where do you go next in terms of what sport you're coaching, and then ladies, what's next for you all there at FD Moon?
Well, I'm not doing anything until hopefully next year at basketball season.
Nope. I got a sneaking suspicion you're going to be coaching track or something here in the near future.
Well, I don't know, but not right now. I'm done with basketball, and
Sure.
we had an awesome year, and I'm glad about it.
Gotcha.
With me, track. That's the next thing I'm going to do.
Gotcha.
Probably track.
All right, what are you going to run, Mykadyn?
I don't know.
What are you going to run tonight?
4x4.
4x4. Obviously, I think you guys, there's a lot of talent over there at FD Moon. So, Coach, is there one thing that you would like to share with just anyone who may be watching or listening that you can influence to come out to FD Moon to be a part of a changing culture, right? We understand what the perception is, but you guys are literally changing the culture every single day. If there's something you want to share, say, to influence those in that way.
I want to say that we
You
have
can
come.
recruit right here on CBS Sports.
We have come a long way at FD Moon. We are very competitive. Our principals and our teachers are really turning the corner with our kids, and I'm just grateful for it. I mean, 4 years, and I've seen a lot of good things come out of FD Moon. So
Absolutely.
come to FD Moon.
So let me ask you this question. So student athletes are recruitable when they are in the 8th grade. And so what do you start talking to these student athletes about ACTs, SATs, just in preparation, right? Because here's what I feel like, and I know the athletic director's over there. I believe that if the district and coaches can identify these student athletes who have potential, I think we ought to be having tutoring sessions with them right now, talking about developing programs to prepare them to go to the next level. Let's not wait until they're juniors and seniors in high school and hadn't even taken the dadgum ACT or SAT test yet, right? And now they under all of this pressure because you're not going to do well with all of that pressure.
Right.
So what is your conversation about that?
My conversation is that Douglas has been over and talking to the girls, and I've been telling them ever since December, you all are freshmen now, so you have to get your mind set for high school. So I'm gonna, need you all to turn the corner. Let's get ready because it's getting real right now.
Yes, I like that. It's getting real.
It's getting real.
So listen, it goes by really fast. I do remember being in the 8th grade 40 years ago, and so it's not been that long. I'm being facetious tonight. But no, so you guys need to take advantage of every possible resource, every ounce of wisdom that you can squeeze out of your coach, and we're going to make it happen. So listen, they're telling me I got 2 more minutes. So Mykadyn,
Yes.
tell me what is your greatest desire as a women's basketball player? What is that one thing? What are those things that you want to accomplish as a young basketball player?
I want to go to college and play in the WNBA.
Well, that's an admirable goal. But listen, what are you going to do to get there?
Stay in my books.
That's good. Your mom is saying that's the right answer. No, you constantly have to work hard and to get better. Coach, I'll ask you this, and I'll come to you, Zaniyah. What is your perspective on AAU basketball? Now, you said that you participated in it, but how are you encouraging to make sure – and then the other question is, you encouraging your girls to play, but how does that mesh with middle school basketball? Because sometimes that stuff could be conflicting, right? But tell me what that looks like for you.
But for the most part, it helps. I mean, my kids, they played year-round. I mean, and it can take you to the next level. You don't never know when you're playing in the summer or if you're playing during the season who's watching you. So
Sure.
I always tell them, you never know who's in the stand watching you. I tell the girls that all the time. So hopefully they'll take heed to that you don't know who's watching you. So be on your best and do your best at all times.
Greatest desire, maybe it's not basketball, but just in life in general.
With basketball, it's really at the moment just to have fun while I can, really.
I want your attitude tonight. Just kicking it, really. Just lay back, having a great time. Listen, you're listening to Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark on CBS Sports 105.3. Brought to you by Kai's Concepts, Perry Publishing, Impressions Printing, Dick's Sporting Goods, OKC Dodgers Foundation, and Big O's Barbecue. I'll see you on the other side.
Edward, I have a bit of news regarding our beeswax that you may not be aware of.
If you're referring to the new podcast, It's Still Your World, I support it 100%. Why shouldn't I?
Well, some of us prefer not to have our dirty laundry hung out for the world to hear, dear brother.
I see it as a chance to reflect on favorite It's Your World episodes and reconnect with fun characters like LaQuisha, Nikki, Dr. Hackett, Fontella, Redbone, and yes, even my ex-wife, Sarah Rodham Ringel.
Did you say Nikki? The love of my life? Well, in that case, I'm in. Of course, I'll have to run it by my attorney. If someone can Phaedra Parks on the phone.
Hi, I'm Nikki T. Listen to It's Still Your World on Ode, our digital entertainment.
Available now on PLAYODE at the App Store and Google Play.
Come and enjoy ZT Cigars, private lounge and TVs, Crowned Heads, Crux, Padron, My Father, Davidoff Cigars, and more to help you relax at the largest cigar shop in the state, 2726 West Britain Road, and a second location at 1081 Cornwell Drive, inside of the Yukon Hill Shopping Center. For more information, call 942-0070. That's ZT Cigars.
Jay Henderson, number 30, Oklahoma City Blue.
What role do you think you're going to have on this basketball team?
My role is going to be strictly just being a great defender and knocking down open threes when I have the chance, but strictly defense. Defense wins games. I'm looking forward to whoever I'm guarding, I'm going to lock them down. Hi, this is Jay Henderson, and your home for Oklahoma City Blue basketball is OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 FM HD1.
Your Oklahoma City Blue has another 12 p.m. showcase at the Paycom Center. They are ready to outwork the Memphis Hustle. Tune in pregame at 11:50 and the action tips off at noon. We are sports. CBS Sports Radio 105.3 HD1.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Oklahoma needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
This is your daily Black Health 365 moment. Did you know that February is National Cancer Prevention Month? You can support this initiative and get involved by volunteering, registering for cancer awareness walks, and making donations to organizations doing the research to seek out cures. You can also take action by embracing a healthy lifestyle. This has been your Black Health 365 update, because a healthy lifestyle is a daily choice. Join the fight for a healthier you and a healthier community.
Dancing crew, trip for two, nailed the final interview. Game with Doug, brand new mug. Come here, kid, give me a hug. The more you want to do, the more we want to do. New COVID-19 boosters designed for recent Omicron variants are now available. Learn about eligibility and schedule a free updated booster today at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Oklahoma needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune into my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on Okcps Cbs Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live.
Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
At 405-424-4341 or visit our website at www.fsbokc.com. First Security Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
And we're back here at the Metro Tech OKCPS Coaches Show here at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 FM.
Yes, sir.
Brought to you by Kai's Concepts, Perry Publishing, Impressions Printing, Dick's Sporting Goods, OKC Dodgers Foundation, and Big O's Barbecue. Listen, we had the historical FD Moon Middle School girls basketball team, and now we are joined by Mary Golda Ross, boys and girls basketball representatives, Tyquavious Williams, men's basketball player, and Precious Lee, one of the female basketball players, and they are coached by the one and only, the legendary, the man, the myth, the legend, the son of Reuben Tiller. What's going on, man?
How's it going?
How are you guys doing?
Good. How about you?
All right. So excited to have Mary Golda Ross here. I was just informed earlier that men's basketball is getting ready to play to tip it off in the championship, middle school championship on tomorrow at Class N SAS. You guys excited, ready for that?
Yes,
absolutely.
sir.
Well, they told me I can call you Big Will, so let me just talk to you for a second, Big Will.
Right.
Big Will looks to be about 6'2"-ish. With his hair standing up, he could make it to 6'3". I asked him.
6'3".
You 6'3"?
Yeah, I'm 6'3".
See, I've been a young athlete before. We always fudge about an inch or two.
You gotta add an inch.
I'm just kidding. I asked him could he dunk, and he said that he could. Hey, man, how excited are you to play in that championship game on tomorrow?
Oh, man, I'm excited. It's my first championship, so yeah.
Gotcha. So Coach Tiller, and I'll get to you here in a second, Precious. Tell me, how did you get to Mary Golda Ross, and then just kind of some of the things that's been happening with this men's and women's basketball team this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I came in last year in January. I was a site sub. I came in from FedEx during the pandemic. I moved out there to FedEx. I was in the Middale working over there and coaching. Miss Blair, who's our principal right now, who's done an amazing job since she's taken over for us. She called me up and asked if I could come help, and I came over. And by the end of the school year last year, she asked if I wouldn't mind being the site athletic coordinator. So I jumped all over that and coached football at the high school, Class N SAS high school.
Sure.
I came back to the middle school. We're coaching basketball now, and I mean, that's where we are.
Absolutely. So, Precious, how are you tonight?
Good, and you?
I'm doing great. So, Precious, tell me, how did you get started with playing basketball?
I used to start by playing with my oldest brothers, like way back.
And I
like
just
way
been
back,
interested.
like when you was like young, way back. So what was it about basketball that really just caught your interest?
It kept me motivated.
Mm-hmm. Were you competing with your brothers?
Yes.
All right. So Big Will, how did you get started, and what is it that you love about basketball?
At first, I was in Florida. That's where I'm from. And so I was always a football player. And so when I moved down here, everybody started seeing my height. And so they wanted me to play basketball back in 2018.
Now, there's nothing wrong with playing both. I just need to put that out there.
Yeah.
So are you still playing football at all?
Yeah, I'm still playing football.
All right, cool beans. So, Coach Tiller, tell me a little bit about these teams and kind of what makes them so special, right?
Yeah, extremely proud of both our basketball teams, our athletic program, period. Drake said it best, started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yes, sir.
We were how a teacher put it to me when I first took over the job was our athletics was an embarrassment. Didn't have numbers, didn't have buy-in for the players, and it's just tough to get anything done with that.
Mm-hmm.
This group of kids, as you can see, we brought the whole group.
I mean, they are rolling deep in here.
We've been rolling deep. We've been hanging out all day today. I was actually at the state capitol earlier for the
Absolutely.
Black History program. Had a great time out there. But, man, the buy-in from these kids, they have literally infected the whole building. Like our whole school building is on the up right now. And it's because of these kids here. Precious, volleyball. Now she's playing basketball. She'll go on the track. Big Will, football, as he already said. Basketball now, and then he'll move on to track and baseball. The same with all the other athletes out here. You know, we have multiple sport athletes. This is the first time it's ever happened. The girls, this is the first year that we won a game, our girls program. Boys program, I think we got to 10-0, to 11-0 before we dropped one. Ended up getting ourselves back to the championship game for the first time.
Sure.
It's a pretty exciting time to be a Rocket.
So Precious, obviously, you're an 8th grader, I'm going to assume.
Yes, sir.
And so you go from not winning a game, now you've won a game. Tell me what that's felt like for you in terms of making that much progress, and then what do you think is contributed? What's the reason? What do you think is happening for that to change?
It actually feel good.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me feel better. It make all of us feel better for like when we go out in public and people can really notice us. 'Cause last year, like he said, nobody noticed us at all.
Mm-hmm. So what is that thing you think that's happened, right? Has it just been buy-in, or you think the girls are working hard? Tell me one thing that you think has contributed to the turnaround, to the change.
They working very hard.
Absolutely. So in basketball, right? Tell me your position.
She's more of a small forward type.
Small forward. So if you got to go score a bucket, do you have a move? You got a sky hook like Jabbar? You crossing over? You got a little bit of a jumper? Tell me that one thing that you like to do to get to the bucket.
To be honest, it's just whatever catch my attention.
Sure. Gotcha. All right, you just gonna go put it in. So Big Will, tell me what is this move you have, right? That if coach needs 2 points, we down, he's designing this play. How you gonna get it to the rim? Or if you one of those 7-footers with 3-point capabilities, I'm not sure. I'll try to find out tomorrow. Maybe you there check that out.
Nah, I'm a mid-range shooter. Nah, I'm a mid-range shooter. I usually just use a sky hook and just hit it off the backboard every time.
Absolutely. Well, that is a underused move. The backboard, I think, is underused these days. So,
definitely. Yeah.
So obviously, Precious, let me ask you, and I'll make my way to Will. What is your aspirations? Marigold de Ross goes where for high school? Tell me that first.
Northwest Classen.
Northwest Classen. So are you looking forward to going to play basketball at Northwest Classen?
Hopefully.
Absolutely. They've had some pretty good female basketball teams. I think the men's basketball team is pretty good right now. So what about you, Big Will?
I don't even know yet.
Okay.
Yeah, these two, they're being too nice right now.
That's okay.
They have been recruited, I would say.
Well, sought after. Those recruiting words.
Yeah, sought after, I would say, by a lot of high schools.
Sure.
Private, OKC pub schools, obviously. We just want them to stay in the district. Don't want to lose them.
Absolutely.
Talked about scoring earlier. Precious has our record for single point scored in a game.
How many is that, Precious?
26.
Precious, you didn't miss.
And Big Will has it as well for the boys' side.
40 points.
40 points. Now, let's start with you, Precious. 26. I've shot a few balls in my life. I don't know if I've ever made 26 points, but what was it that day that you just felt it and it just kept going in? And what did that look like? Was that all in the paint? Was that mid-range jumper? Like, what was really falling for you that day?
All in the paint, to be honest.
Gotcha. All right, Big Will, 40 points. You mean to tell me you didn't attempt 1 3-pointer that whole time?
No.
Okay. And Coach is looking like he better not take it.
I really just use like when I would catch the rebound.
Yep.
And like nobody was close to my speed, so I'll just dribble all the way down the court. It was an easy layup every time.
Gotcha. No, that's pretty cool. So Precious, tell me this: scoring 26 points, having some success as a women's basketball program there at Marigold Ross. What was the response like from your teammates and others who are in the school? What did that feel like?
It felt excited to just be there and just know how I feel.
Absolutely. And they just call your name, Precious. What about you, Big Will?
My team, they just hype me up, so there's more excitement. So, yeah.
Cool. So, Coach, how do you kind of help the student athletes deal with success, knowing that, hey, we still got games to play, there's still other accomplishments? Kind of what's your approach to that?
Just staying focused, having a game plan. We met with the coaches back in August, talked about what we wanted to see and how we was going to get there. A big part of the change that we've had at our school with our athletes is the behavior in the classroom has gotten way better. It's outstanding now. Our grades is where it needs to be. And then when you take care of the classroom, you take care of your grades, they're respectable young men and women, yes sir, no sir type of people. And when you take care of that, stuff on the court, the field, all that's gonna handle itself. And that's what we've been finding. There's days where we'll finish a hard practice in the morning, and then our post-practice talk won't even be nothing about the court. We'll talk about life. We got Coach Montz over there, our assistant boys coach. He's our mentor. He's my mentor. Solid man. I'm glad we got him there. And Coach Warrior has been a godsend for our ladies. And so, I mean, that's just staying focused.
Gotcha.
Staying focused.
So, Precious, tell me what practice looks like. And I see Coach Warrior over there, and she introduced herself earlier. What does practice look like? Is it difficult? Kind of what does that look like?
It's actually not difficult, but it's like once you in there, you got to be locked in just to know what you really have to do.
Sure. What about you, Big Will? And let me tell everyone, Big Will, if you're not watching on YouTube, go watch him. He's smiling the whole time. He and Precious, they just a grinning.
Well, most of practice we just run for like a little bit, and then we get right to it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So what is that one thing, and I'm going to ask both of you, Precious and Big Will, what is that one thing that you love to do in practice? Like, whether it gets you hyped, it's because you know you're getting better because of it, but what is that one thing that you love to do?
I try to hit a tough layup on my teammates.
And so it's like a drill. So you got to work hard, try to stop you, boom, absorb the contact. That's pretty cool. What about you, Precious?
My 3-pointers.
Yep. No. So, Coach, what does practice look like? Like, what is you guys' mentality? Kind of, if I'm a novice, right, I'm a neophyte, I don't know much about basketball, kind of share with me what that breakdown of practice looks like.
Oh, man, our practice is very fundamental based, basic fundamentals. We just start off with suicides, as Big Will said.
Suicides.
Got to get that in.
Didn't they outlaw those? I think they did.
I didn't get the email on that. But no, man, we spent a lot of time on working on dribbling, right hand, left hand, basic crossover moves, layups, just the basic stuff that you need to be successful at our level. That way, when they go on to high school, they know how to dribble with the right and left hand. They know how to make left-handed layups, kiss it off the glass, just stuff like that. We just work on the basics.
Now, are the practices intense, right? The fact that I think they might be, based on the one that you love, is that kind of competition and getting that. How do you like that intensity in practice, Big Will?
I just know I'm getting better because, like, when it started hurting real bad, that's how I know I'm gaining something. So,
Gotcha. What about you, Precious?
I just know that I'm just doing good.
Sure.
And learning each and every day that I can get better.
Sure. Let me just let you throw this out here already, Coach Tiller. Tell everybody where they can see you guys play in the championship on tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m., class in SAS Middle School. You got Marigold Ross Rockets, class in SAS Comets locking it in. It's going to be a big one. We're here. We weren't supposed to be here. Nobody thought we would be here. I think it was around after Christmas break, I think people started taking us a lot more serious. So if you don't got nothing going on, come check it out.
Absolutely. So it's going down. It's going to be hot tomorrow. Get your seat, because with all of these thousands of people in this stadium on tonight, it's going to be very crowded on tomorrow. So listen, a few more questions before we shut it down. What are you looking forward to the most on tomorrow, Big Will?
Hopefully get my first dunk on somebody.
Oh,
He's been close.
Yeah,
he's been close. We was at John Marshall. Was it at John Marshall?
Yeah, John Marshall.
You mean an 8th grade kid is trying to posterize some people?
Well, we was at John Marshall. He went up with 2 hands. And, the ball kind of rimmed out on him because he had to hold on to it because there was a guy right under his legs, so he had to hold on to the rim. And the ball kind of rimmed out, but we've seen him do it in practice. He's done it in warm-ups.
Sure.
Hopefully he can get it in tomorrow.
Well, listen, you talking my language now. So, Precious, since basketball is over, you're going to be obviously at the game tomorrow night, cheering the team on. It's going down.
Yes, sir.
And then what are you looking forward to do now that basketball is over for you?
Hopefully track.
Absolutely. What are you going to run in track?
I'm not sure yet.
Just whatever they say. Cool beans. So, Coach, obviously these 2 wonderful basketball players, one scores 26, another scores 40-41. First of all, are you talking to them about AAU basketball? And then secondly, what is your conversation with them about moving forward, preparation, not just for high school, but preparing themselves for college? Because it sounds like these 2 want to play collegiately and may have some ability to make that happen.
Absolutely. There's some AAU coaches that I know that I've talked to them about Big Will, a couple of our girls. We've got a couple other 8th graders over there as well that get busy. And as far as life, we talk about life every single day and, how to be prepared for what's to come. It's a good thing that they're being sought after now, so they're kind of getting some experience of what it's going to feel like as early as next year for these 2 right
Absolutely.
here. But, AU, for you coaches listening, man, I care about these our kids, and I just don't you got to be a teacher. You need to teach the game and not just want good players ready-made. So I talk to them about that a lot too.
Absolutely.
Making sure it's a coach that is going to invest in you and not just look for wins,
Absolutely.
So
before every game, as I shared with FD Moon, what is that one thing that you listening to, that you're eating? What is your pregame ritual, Big Will? And then I'm going to come to you, Precious.
Our pregame meal, we eat bologna sandwiches.
That's what I'm talking about. Mustard or mayo, baby. And are you putting the chips on the sandwich, or you eat them on the side?
Sometimes, most of the time, I forget them. So.
Yeah, oh, come on, you gotta have the Lay's planes, man. What about you, Precious?
Sometimes sandwiches, but sometimes healthy stuff, apples and so on and so on.
Yeah, Big Will over there, he just eating everything.
Yeah.
What's that song you listening to, Precious?
Whatever catch my attention, or whatever is a vibe.
I got you. Now, I just learned this too, like this whole thing, a vibe. Like it's not like it's a thing, right? It's not just like a noun. It's a verb. It's something. I had no clue. It's like it's a vibe. My kids always tell me. That's my daughter over there. She's laughing at me right now because she thinks I'm making a fool of myself here on the radio. Tell me, Big Will, what's that song? What is that? What is that thing?
Calling all the steppers to the front.
Okay, who sings that?
You got Yo Gotti, Black Youngster.
Okay.
Moneybag Yo, and 42 Dugg.
Yes, I know all of those. They're in my list right now.
Oh yeah, and Mozzie. Yeah.
All right, listen, we're about to finish. I want to give you a few minutes here, and I'll start with you, Precious. Who out there that you would like to say thank you for all of the help they've given you to turn you out and to turn you into an amazing young lady and basketball player there at Marigold Ross?
My oldest brothers, my mom, and the boys and girls coach.
Oh, that's so cool. Your brothers really love you, and you love them too. That is really cool. What about you, Big Will?
My mama, my dad, my brothers, my sisters, definitely my little brothers. They
Cool.
look up to me for sure.
Are they gonna be taller than you?
My other little brother, he 5.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
He
he gonna
pretty
be taller
tall.
than me.
Well, Coach Tiller, tell me, man, who out there? Obviously, you have an incredible athletic department with OKCPS, but who would you like to say thank you to for all they've done?
Shout out to my wife. There's no Coach Till without her. She holds everything down. Miss Blair, our principal, for giving me this opportunity to coach and be an athletic director. Living out a dream. All the teachers back home or back at the school that's watching this right now, they are a big reason as well as why our program has taken new heights. So.
Well, that's really cool, man. Listen, I want to say thank you to Marigold Ross. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. at Class and SAS Middle School is going down. Big Will and the boys taking it to the court. Listen, thank you for listening to Metro Tech's OKCPS Coaches Show here at the Chickasaw Bricktown Ballpark on CBS Sports Radio 105.3. Yeah. Brought to you by Kai's Concepts, Perry Publishing, Impressions Printing, Dick Sporting Goods, OKC Dodgers Foundation, and Big O's Barbecue. Thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.